Hi students, how are you? I hope each and everyone be safe at home. Please must follow the SMS pack in COVID-19 time. It is very useful for your bright future in future years. Each and everyone knows SMS. S sanitizer, M mask and S social distance. In COVID-19 time you must follow the SMS pack. So this is Chandrasekhar, Faculty of Physics. I have 15 years experience in different streams. So particularly in this field, today I am discussing about solid state physics. Especially in MSc Physics point of view, you are in semester 3. In semester 3, one of the paper is solid state physics. Simply it is in shortcut way you can call which is SSP, solid state physics. The paper code is PZ 1932514. That is the paper code in semester number 3. So in online classes I am dealing the solid state physics paper. So particularly in Andhra University point of view, nothing but AU point of view, your specialization paper particularly solid state physics. So in this semester I am dealing your specialization paper which is very useful in your PG courses and after further MSc completion, MPhil and PhD or post PhD level, which is very important topic and which is very important paper, SSP. In Andhra University region, this paper can be called as SSP. Particularly in Nagarjuna University, nothing but ANU, Acharya Nagarjuna University point of view, this paper simply called as CMP, Condensed Matter Physics. In that university, the specialization can be taken as Condensed Matter Physics. In Andhra University, you are called SSP. Both are approximately same, but slight variation is there. Here, CM, here SS. Solid state and condensed. At what condition condensed is occurred? You can take any of the substance. You can decrease the temperature. The material may be compressed. Nothing but compressed. Nothing but condensed. So in low temperature point of view, you can explain the material, then the physics can be called as condensed matter physics. You can explain at any temperature, particularly at room temperature, you can explain the material properties, then the physics is called as solid state physics. So very slight variation is existed. It can explain at any temperature. This condensed matter physics must be explained at low temperatures. So condensed state matter explained, the physics can be called as condensed matter physics. So your specialization is solid state physics. But in Andhra University region, you have two main papers. In complete 4 semesters, you have two main papers are repeated. One is SSP, another one is particularly electronics. So out of 4 semester, you must learn 3 papers in electronics, 3 papers in solid state physics. So you have 2 specializations are there. One is solid state physics, another one is electronics. That is the your fetching in Andhra University. So majority students are interested to explain or interested to give the details about SSP is our SSP is the nothing but solid state physics our specialization paper. Some interested students, electronics are interested, those students are give the your specialization paper is nothing but electronics. So in Andhra University region, you have 2 specialization papers. One is solid state physics and one is electronics. So in this semester, I am dealing particularly paper is solid state physics, which is your specialization paper. In semester number 3, in this paper, you have completely 4 units are there. That is unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 and unit 4. So unit 1, they have 2 sub chapters are there. One is crystal structure, another one is crystal diffraction and reciprocal lattice. The 2 chapters belongs to unit number 1. And unit number 2, it also has 2 chapters. One is phonons and lattice vibration. Second one is free electron Fermi gas. These two chapters belongs to unit number 2. And unit number 3, which has only single chapter, that is very big one, that is band theory of solids. And the last unit is called as superconductivity. These 4 units are belongs to your paper solid state physics in semester number 3. So entire 4 units you have 6 chapters are there particularly. So these 6 chapters are important or related to solid state physics. Up to these chapters are further SSP papers. You must learn the topics in different reference books and textbooks. Particularly your textbooks can be taken as Introduction to Solid State Physics by C. Kettle and nothing but Charles Kettle, and Solid State Physics by A.J. Decker. These two textbooks are very important. Otherwise you can refer any textbook like as Solid State Physics by S.C. Gupta, anything, and some other one. So these are the main chapters regarding to your paper. So before going to the topics or introduction to solid state physics, first of all you clearly seen the chapter names. Here crystal structure is there. Second topic is crystal diffraction and reciprocal lattice, and third one phonons and lattice vibrations. Fourth one free electron Fermi gas, and fifth one band theory of solids, and sixth one superconductivity. Out of these 6 chapters, here crystal is very important. Second chapter crystal and lattice are existed, and third one some phonons and lattice is there, and fifth one Fermi gas, and sixth one complete solids, and sixth one superconductivity. These are the main words in regarding to the solid state physics. So enter the 4 units, the main words here crystal, lattice, Fermi gas, phonons, complete behavior about solids. This is completely different topic that is called as superconductivity. So these are the main words. So enter the paper you must learn about first of all crystal. After that you can go through the depth, nothing but microscopic level. You can explain the crystal, that complete physics can be called as solid state physics. Nothing but in physical appearance some of the solids have same structure, but in macroscopic, that is macroscopic, but in microscopic level you can understand, you can take the one microscope by using the eyepiece, the structural arrangement of crystal completely different. So in microscopic level you can explain complete behavior and properties of the solids. Then that physics can be called as solid state physics. This is the main introduction part, especially according to paper introduction. What is the meaning of paper introduction? In this paper, how many units are there? What are the major words? What are the explanation about the conductivity something? So this is the paper explanation. So before going to the introduction part, first of all you can learn about crystals, and here complete paper is solid state physics. So first you can learn about what is solid or what is solid state. After completion of this introduction part, we can go by unit. So our paper name is solid state physics. So in this chapter we have 3 words. One is solid, second one is state, third one is physics. In MSc physics, each and everyone knows physics. So it is the branch of science which can explain the complete behavior, properties, structures, anything. Then that science can be called as physics simply. So there is no need to explain what is physics. Each and everyone knows. Next, state. So state is nothing but existence in the nature. So according to the state, before going there, we can explain matter. What is matter? Simply, matter is nothing but combination of atoms, otherwise molecules. Simply, matter can be defined as it is the combination of atoms or molecules. So that combination, complete structure can be taken as matter. So depending on this combination of atoms, this matter can be classified into generally three types. Generally three types. One is solid, second one is liquid, third one is gaseous state. So these are the main three states in the nature. Any matter, you can take any matter, that matter can be classified into three states. One is solid, liquid and gas. Generally you can explain fourth state of matter is also there. That can be taken as fourth state, plasma state. This is the main three states. Actually you can explain fourth state, that can be taken as plasma. These are the states of matter: solid state, liquid state, gaseous and plasma. According to our paper, you must explain solid only. So according to the combination of atoms, solid is nothing but, you can take one solid, any type of solid. In this solid, the atoms are arranged side by side like this. The atoms are arranged side by side. Nothing but tightly bonding of atoms. Tightly bonding of atoms. Very, very tightly bonding of atoms. Then the structure can be called as solid. So, according to arrangement of atoms, liquid is nothing but, the atoms are arranged like this. Loosely packing of atoms. In arrangement of atoms, gases is nothing but, the atoms are existed in free state like this. What is plasma? The intermediate state between solid and liquid. The intermediate state between solid and liquid. Here solid is nothing but tightly bonding of atoms. Liquid is nothing but loosely packing of. In between these two, then the state can be taken as plasma state like this. Best examples in solids, you can take anything like as diamond, anything. Example for liquid. So everyone must existed in the nature, you must drink water. So water can be taken as liquid, otherwise thumbs up, coke, anything. Next, gaseous state. You must existed in the nature based on you must inhale oxygen. So O2 can be taken as gas, anything. Plasma. In real time you are daily using paste. In morning time, paste. Some of the members use hair gels. Those are the example for plasma. So based on combination of atoms, matter can be divided into three states: solid, liquid and gaseous. Here solid is nothing but tightly bonding of atoms. According to our paper, you can clearly explain about solid. So according to the, based on combination of atoms, the solid is nothing but tightly bonding of atoms. What is, first of all, what is atom? Simply, atom is nothing but combination of nucleus and electron. Combination of nucleus and electron. You go clearly in depth. Nucleus is nothing but, it is the combination of proton and neutron with electron is nothing but atom. So atom consisting of mainly three smallest particles: proton, neutron and electron. Everyone knows proton has positive charge, neutron has zero charge, nothing but chargeless particle. Electron has negative. Positive plus negative is nothing but zero. So according to electrical point of view, atom is a neutral body. Atom is a neutral body. So in electric point of view, atom must be in neutral state. So basically here proton and electrons are there. So every member must remember in our mind the charge of electron value is minus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs E minus. The charge of proton is, it is a positive charge. The magnitude of charge proton and electron both are same, but their directions are opposite. Here negative charge, here positive charge. In a similar fashion, mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg. But mass of proton is 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. These are the values are remembered in your mind for calculation of numerical values, some other thing. Anyhow, each and every MSc student must remember these values in your mind. This is the atom. What is an atom? Atom is nothing but nucleus plus electron. Nucleus is nothing but proton and electron. So atom consisting of three smallest particles, proton, neutron and electron. So in electrical point of view, atom is a electrical neutrally body. This is atom. But what you want? What is solid? Solid is nothing but combination of atoms. Those atoms are arranged side by side. So suppose you can consider two atoms. First atom side by side, second atom. In physical experience, these two atoms are separated with zero distance. In physical appearance, there is no difference. There is no distance between two atoms. According to microscopic level, nothing but in microscopic level, these two atoms are separated with center to center. You must explain the distance between two neighboring atoms can be called as the distance between center of first atom to center of second atom. According to atom, the shape of the atom always be in spherical in structure. So this spherical radius can be taken as capital R. This sphere can be taken as capital R. So the distance between neighboring two atoms can be taken as d, small d. Then small d value is equal to 2r. This small d is nothing but inter-atomic distance. Inter-atomic distance. So in solid point of view, each and every atom must separated with inter-atomic distance. Then the structural arrangement can be called as solid. In simple way, solid can be defined as the atoms are tightly bounded with each other. That is called as solid. But in microscopic level, solid is nothing but the neighboring atoms are separated with inter-atomic distance. Then the structural arrangement can be called as solid. This is actual definition of solid and solid state. So this is the solid state physics. So in this paper you can explain about solid properties, behavior, structures, anything. So then that physics can be called as solid state physics. So in this paper you can completely learn about solids, particularly in different levels, layer structures. Okay. Next, before going to the topics, first you learn about types of crystals. Types of crystals. So crystal simply taken as solid. So depending on your arrangement of atoms, particularly depending on arrangement of atoms. Depending on arrangement of atoms, these crystals can be classified into two types. crystals can be classified into two types. One is crystalline solids or crystalline crystals. Second one is non-crystalline solids, which is also called as amorphous solids. So crystalline solids and amorphous solids based on arrangement of atoms. So based on arrangement of atoms, solids or crystals can be classified into two types. What are crystalline? What are amorphous? So in crystalline solids, you can consider atoms are arranged side by side in regular pattern or regular interval like this. I am taking atoms in a orderly arranged. I am taking 12 atoms, nothing but in 3 rows and 4 columns. So I am arranged like this. Nothing but this is first atom, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So total 12 atoms are arranged in a regular pattern. What is regular pattern? Nothing but the first atom and second atom are separated with a distance. Nothing but center to center distance can be taken as d. In a so the neighboring atom of 1 is 2 and also 3. So the neighboring atoms are separated with equidistance. Nothing but d. At any condition, what you want. Suppose you can consider 6th atom. The neighboring atoms of 6 is 3, 7, 5, 11 and 10 and 6 also. So in a similar way, so the third atom to 6th atom distance is d, second to 6th d, 6th to 7th d, d distance, 11th d, 12th d, 5th d and 4th d. So the neighboring atoms are separated with a distance of d, nothing but regular pattern. So the regular pattern of atoms arrangement is same at any direction, any point of view. Then the structural arrangement can be called as crystalline solids. What is amorphous or non-crystalline? This amorphous word is a Greek word. In Greek point of view, amorphous. This meaning in our regular Indian language, the amorphous meaning in Indian language, random. Otherwise, not in a particular order. Not in a particular order. Nothing but here we are taking total 12 atoms. I am also giving 12 atoms to non-crystalline. You can arrange as you wish. Like this. You are arranged as you wish. So the neighboring atoms are arranged not in regular pattern. Then the structural arrangement can be called as non-crystalline solids or amorphous solids. So in crystalline solids, the neighboring atoms are separated with equidistance in all directions and neighboring atoms are separated with equidistant. Then structural arrangement can be called as crystalline solid. In amorphous solid, the atoms are not arranged in regular pattern. That is the main difference between crystalline and amorphous. In crystalline solids, particularly in crystalline solids, according to the structure in every direction, you can see the properties. In all directions, the properties are same. Then the material can be called as an isotropic nature. So all crystalline solids obeys the anisotropic nature. But in amorphous solids, the directional, there is no particular directional physical and chemical properties. So those are not obey the anisotropic properties. So those materials can be called as isotropic nature. So amorphous solids obeys the isotropic nature, crystalline solids obeys the anisotropic nature. And third, particularly you can take the amorphous solids, atoms are arranged side by side. Atoms are arranged side by side. Atoms are arranged side by side. In crystalline solids, the atoms are arranged side by side like this. Suppose you can raise the temperature. You can give the temperature. Atoms are arranged side by side. They have the strong covalent bonds are existed like this. Strong covalent bonds, force of attraction at a person point of view, there existing strong covalent bonds are existed. You can give the temperature, all distances are same. So, you can raise the temperature at a particular temperature, all bonds are broken at a time. At a particular temperature, all bonds, suppose in this structure they have certain 12 bonds are existed. So, you can raise the temperature by 1 degree centigrade, 2 degree centigrade, 4 degree centigrade like this. Suppose these bonds are broken at 30 degree centigrade. So up to 29 degree centigrade, no one bond is broken. But you can raise the temperature is 30 degree centigrade. At this temperature, all bonds are broken at a time. So they have sharp melting point. All bonds are broken at a time. They have the sharp melting point. But in amorphous solid, the atoms are not arranged in regular pattern like this. So you can raise the temperature. Bond 1, bond 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can raise the temperature according to the bond strength. First broken, first bond. After you can raise the temperature, second bond is broken, different temperature. Some other temperature, third bond. So temperature by temperature, bonds are broken one by one. So they have a weak melting point. Nothing but large number of melting point. That is the major relation. They have sharp melting point, they have the low melting point. Best example for crystalline solids is NaCl, KCl, cesium chloride, diamond, etc. In amorphous solids, the best examples are glass, plastic, rubber, etc. Based on example, first of all you can see in amorphous example. Glass, plastic, rubber, those are the example for especially insulating materials. So, maximum insulating materials can be classified or can be entered into amorphous. So, here NaCl, KCl, cesium chloride, diamond. Except diamond, these are best electrolytes, ionic compounds. Those ionic compounds can be treated as crystalline solids. This is the major difference between crystalline and amorphous solids. Next, the atoms are very tightly bonded, means they have, those are in always be in stable state. But these are not arranged in a particular order. So these are unstable in nature. So stability of the material must be in crystalline solids. Instability is existed in non-crystalline solid. This is the best difference between crystalline and amorphous. So according to these structures, every atom occupies their own place. Suppose you can consider one atom like this. The total mass of the body is to be concentrated at a particular point. This complete atom can be treated to or shown in one point like this. That complete atom can be shown by using one point. This one point is nothing but, in solid state physics, this point can be called as lattice. The position of the atom can be represented in structure. Then that point can be called as lattice. According to our physics point of view, every atom has their own mass. The total mass to be concentrated at a particular point, that is called as center of mass. That center of mass location indicated with respect to crystal structure. So you can indicate the structural point of view. You need one point. That point represents the entire atom. That point can be called as lattice. So in amorphous solids, the lattice are arranged in a particular order like this. The lattice points are arranged in a particular order. Nothing but array of atoms in a particular order. That structural arrangement is called as crystalline order. Crystalline. The lattice points are not arranged in a different particular order. Nothing but randomly order the lattice points. Then the structural arrangement is called as non-crystalline cell. So crystal can be defined as they have own structure. In this structure, lattice points are arranged in a particular order. That is called as a crystal. That is the main difference between crystalline and amorphous solids.